What's up, everyone, and welcome to the fourth episode of On Air with Cowboys Nation. We are your hosts. I am King Dre for the win. I'm a big gamer in the Battlefield series. I do play Battlefield 4 a lot, so make sure to check out my YouTube channel and keep up to date with my gameplay. And we also have Fame ENT. He is my co-host.
What's going on, guys? You guys already know me, Fame Entertainment, big time gamer. Part of the official WeGameHere.com. Don't be confused by the logo. I do have my two logos, my regular Fame logo and my official WeGameHere.com logo. And it should be from this point on, I should be using this logo for the official WeGameHere.com because you guys know I got a little cowboy flavor in there. Shout out to King Dre for hooking that up for me.
No doubt. For those of you who missed our previous episodes, please go back and check them out, either on Fame's channel or at the official WeGameHere.com, which is the home of everything We Game Here and the home of We Game Here. So, Fame, what do you want to talk about? What you want to start off before we get into the schedule?
Yeah, man. I want to go real quick. I want to talk about the Greg Hardy suspension. We all knew it was coming, but 10 games is excessive. The reason I say that because you have a rule, you have a new rule in place that states that a first offense for domestic violence is 6 games. So I don't know where they got 10 from. To me, 10 games was like a show of force by the NFL, by Roger Goodell. It was a show of force. We all know Hardy's going to appeal this, and it's going to when it gets appealed, he will win, and I'm pretty sure it will get reduced down to 6. If he's lucky, 4. But most likely he'll get the max, which is 6 games, which is good for us and good for him. He needs to get on field as quick as possible and try to move past the situation. So, 10 games is excessive. I don't know what you think about that. I would like to hear, but I think 10 games was excessive. And I think they did it just as a show of force, knowing that it will get reduced to 6 games.
Right. He didn't play all season last season, right? He missed.
Yeah, he missed all last season, but he was on the exempt list, which means he got paid.
Right. So yeah, he did miss. He sit out games last season. And 10 games this season is a bit much. No way, in no shape or form, I am a supporter of domestic violence. I know that is very serious, and maybe that had a play in. Of why they went with 10 games, but yeah, I think he's definitely going to appeal. I think he's already appealing it, and I think it's going to get reduced though. I think it's going to get reduced to what the Cowboys expected, about 4 games. If lucky, maybe 6, but I think it's going to get reduced to 4 games. But hopefully, we need him though, because we definitely gonna need him for that New England game. So, but we're gonna. In a few.
Yeah, man. And then today he actually got into, I think it was today, earlier, I guess doing workouts, him and Coleman, the young defensive tackle. I want to say he was unrestricted. We've had him 2 or 3 seasons. Apparently what he told him, he was a wife beater, and they kind of got into it. So I'm pretty sure they're going to try to keep things in the house. I know there's a lot of guys in the locker room that will let him punch him in his face. People, love their moms and their wives and their sisters, and they have family members go through domestic violence. So I'm pretty sure there's plenty of guys in the locker room that want to punch him in the face. But I'm sure Jerry gonna walk in there with his goddamn belt buckle, he's pulling him up and say, "Hey, I want a goddamn Super Bowl. Chill the hell out." You know what I'm saying? Y'all can whoop his ass, when that season over. But right now, everybody just chill out. So I'm pretty sure Coleman won't say anything else. I'm pretty sure you won't hear anything else. And if something does happen, I'm pretty sure it will happen inside the locker room. I hope. I don't want to hear about it. I want to hear that those guys are focused and they're in the gym working hard, getting ready to win a Super Bowl. Which coincidentally, Tony Romo came out recently. I forgot what interview he was in. He kind of snuck in there that he kind of guaranteed a Super Bowl win this year. So yeah. I want those guys are in the gym getting us that Super Bowl.
Wow. Yeah. Then I think no good news from our locker room is going to come from the media. So if you need that good news, you make sure you go and check out DallasCowboys.com, or you can hit me or Fame up, and we'll let you know if we saw anything positive, because you know the media, anything Greg Hardy does, verbal altercation. The guy, I be tweeting out certain little funnies. I tweeted out one earlier that, you know, this just in, Cowboys defensive end Greg Hardy signaled merged into the next lane without signaling. So, you know, everything Greg Hardy does is going to be under the microscope. But
for the gamers who are watching, Cowboys news is like Xbox news. It's always going to be negative in the media. So we'll get to the positive stuff.
Right. This schedule is looking.
Let's break it down.
I mean, this schedule at first glance, when I first saw it, I was like, wow. I didn't think, you know, we would be. I thought it would be more close. You know, the division would be more close when I first looked at it. But then when I kept looking at it, I'm like, no, this is really a schedule fit for us. And the only thing I don't like is the early bye, the week 6 bye. I feel like maybe if we had a week.
But you know, I want to say previous years we haven't had one early in a long time, but it always seemed like we got an injury early in the season. We wait for the bye week. So, you know, maybe, you know, it seems like no matter where you go, people are like, oh man, the bye week comes early, that sucks. But then when the season starts, oh man, I'm glad we got this bye week. Or the bye week late, oh man, bye week so late. But at the end of the year, oh man, I'm glad we got this late bye week. You know what I'm saying? I think it kind of goes, you know, I think people always feel a certain type of way before the season, but when it comes, you're like, all right, whew, I'm glad, you know, because Tony Romo was feeling, he wasn't feeling so healthy, so I'm glad we got this week for him to sit out. So, you know, it might work out. Right. But you want to start, you're now week 1. What you think, man?
Right, week 1, September 13th, Sunday night at 8:30. We're hosting the New York Giants. Last year we hosted the New York Giants.
Year before last, when Jerry came out and said kick their ass.
Right, and then I think last year we played San Fran. Yeah. So, but I think that's a W for us. I know they're gonna have Victor Cruz back, and then they got that beast in Odell Beckham on the other side. So, but their offensive line is still not intact yet. So I think Eli is going to be under some type of pressure, and hopefully Skandrick is not holding out or anything, and is playing and you know, help lift our backfield. And also we might just see the emergence of DeMarcus Lawrence. So I definitely think that's a W for us.
Yeah, man. What scares me, week 1, as we go through this list, so I try not to get hung up too much. What scares me is if New York, in the latest mock drafts, I've seen New York take one of these 2 running backs, Gurley or Gordon. Mm-hmm. And if they get one of them 2 running backs, they have a formidable running game. But their issue, like you said, is their offensive line. They are lacking there. But if you got those 2 monsters on the outside, what you have to respect, I mean, granted, Cruz is coming back from a big-time, you know, knee injury. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, he might not have the speed he had, but Odell Beckham is a beast. And if Cruz is even 90% of what he was, he still can beat you down the field and salsa, you know, in your face. So you have to respect those 2, and you can't really put 8 man in the box. You're going to need somebody over top of Beckham, because within a blink of an eye, he will be over top of you. And if they can get a formidable running back, a really good running back can make an offensive line look average at best. You know, it still takes a great O-line to make a great running back, but if they get Gordon or Gurley, you know, which they're projected to get one of those 2, I mean, a good running back can make a bad offensive line look average.
Right.
And so with all that being said, we still win this goddamn game, because at the end of the day, their defense cannot contain our offense. Nope. They have no answer for Dez, no answer for Williams, no answer for Witten, and no answer for this offensive line. So we will just run the ball down their throat. Yes, they can rush the passer. Mm-hmm. No, they cannot stop the run, and that's what we will continue to do best, which is run the football. We will win. It would not be easy. I'm thinking like a 31-27 type game. This would be close. Number one, it's a division game. Number two, the Giants can put up points.
Yes, they can. Yeah, I'm about that. I feel like it's more, like you said, 31, something close, something like, we're up 31-21 going in the fourth, and then Eli does a great drive. His one great drives of many's that he usually pulls out in the fourth quarter and get them close, and then we hold them off, and maybe he gets one more shot to take the lead like he always does, and then hopefully we come up big on defense. But the next game, go ahead. You got something to add? My bad.
No. I was just saying, if it comes down to the wire, we got one of the best kickers in the game. So go ahead, week two. Week two, we
got the Philadelphia Eagles, September 20th, 4:25 p.m. Oh man, I'm surprised they didn't actually put this game first, knowing the big hype around DeMarco Murray going to the Philadelphia Eagles. I still think it's too early for them to be gelled and used to. They got so many new players in different places.
Playing quarterback.
Their quarterback is Sam Bradford. Hopefully he's healthy and doesn't get.
Maybe Sam Bradford.
Maybe Sam Bradford.
With the way they're going, maybe we got Tim Tebow there. There's rumors they want Mariota, so maybe Sam Bradford.
So they got so much insurance policies coming in just in case Sam Bradford. They're not confident in Sam Bradford being healthy. They still got Mark Sanchez. They still got Matt Barkley. They tried to trade Matt Barkley. Nobody wanted him. So I still think it's still too early. DeMarco Murray is not shady. Only shady could make up for that ugly offensive line they have as well. And I think DeMarco is gonna. I'm not even gonna give him more than probably 50, 60 yards against us. That's how I feel, because when he was with us, he wasn't getting touched to the second level. I think he led the league in not getting touched after the line of scrimmage or something like that. But I do think that.
I think I want to make a prediction for this game, and it's a shout out to Arsenal. If you guys know Arsenal, check him out. He's a big time Philadelphia Eagles fan. I want to make a prediction. And this is just for you, Arsenal. You can record this, write it down, but this is my prediction. The Eagles will come out hot. They're going to play their asses off. We're in Philadelphia. This game, this is one of the few games that I originally marked it down as a loss. Only reason was because we're in Philadelphia. But this is what will happen. And I predict this. I almost guarantee the Eagles will be winning almost the entire game. It'll be down to one possession. They're going to go to milk the clock. DeMarco Murray's ass will fumble. Scooped up, recovered by Sean Lee, back 40 yards for a touchdown. We win the game, and Philadelphia gets to boo this fucker out the stadium, and they can see what we've been frustrated with all season. This fucker will fumble on the last possession of the game, and we will win. I guarantee it. And one of the few games early in the season I called as a loss is a win. That's 2-0, baby.
2-0. I do think I think we're gonna lose at least. I want to reserve a loss to a division team. I think more or less it's going to be either to Philly or the Giants. But I think it's going to be later in the season. It's not going to be early. I think it's going to be later. But I just want to reserve a loss in a division towards them. But our next game is the Atlanta Falcons on September 27th, 1 p.m. Man,
is there even a question?
The way it's shaping up, I think we're going to be 3-0. Do we need to break this down? Because I don't think we lose it to them.
Yeah, there's no way in hell. There's no way. I'll grow a fucking vagina before we lose to the goddamn Atlanta Falcons. So there's no question about this game.
All right. So moving on, October 4th, Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Another Sunday night game. We got the New Orleans Saints in New Orleans. What it looks like for you?
Ooh, you know what? God damn it, man. Yeah, without Jimmy Graham, I really don't see how they're going to beat us.
Jimmy Graham. Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're going to throw it to old Colston. I mean, who's going to run the football? I mean, who on that? I mean, they have Drew Brees. Yes, one of the greatest quarterbacks, you know, of our era, of our time. He's a great quarterback. No disrespect to Drew Brees. He is one of the best. Mm-hmm. Who in the hell is he going to throw it to? Okay, I'm sorry. I mean, like, who on that offense like scares you? I know they got that young guy. Do they still have? Is it Stills? Do they still have Kenny Stills, or is he gone?
No, I think he's still there, Kenny Stills.
I mean, like, other than that, like, who really scared you? I mean, when you thought about the New Orleans Saints, you automatically figured, where's Jimmy Graham? Where's he at? Because he's too fast for linebackers. He's too big for safeties. Without Jimmy Graham, I really see no fear there. Their defense is under fucking Rob Ryan. So, yeah, he's going to get some sacks or whatever, but he's still going to give up 27 points a game on that defense. So even though it's in New Orleans and they can still put up a few points, and I hate to sound like a homer because I am a homer, but I'm calling it 4-0, man.
4-0. Yeah, I agree. I think they lost a key piece in their offense when Jimmy Graham went off to Seattle, and so that's a huge loss. You can't replace talent, size, athletic player like that. There is no question. Unless you get lucky in the draft or something, but he was damn near wide receiver / tight end. So, you know, you can line up that guy anywhere. So, but I don't think they got a running game. I think Drew Brees is just from last year he was looking frustrated playing, and I don't think they changed anything this year besides losing key pieces. So, I don't think their defense can really stop us. I think Romo is adequate enough, and he understands. He is developed, even though he's damn near 30.
He's 30. No, tomorrow Romo?
Yeah. How old is he now?
Just turned 35, I believe.
35. Yeah, he's up there in age, and I think he did develop late, you know, because he was on the bench for damn near 7 years or whatever. But he's starting to understand the defense. He's starting to take his time. He's not throwing stupid passes and, you know, Rob Ryan's defense. He knows it because he practiced against it. So it's the same thing. But I feel so far we're 4-0. Oh, the next game is a biggie. Big game in Dallas versus the New England Patriots, October 11th at 4:25. I'm gonna go first on this one. I'm gonna predict. I'm gonna take the L on this one. I don't care. New England every year fucking amazes me with on paper it looks like a lack of talent. Like the same thing you can say for New Orleans. Like, who is Tom Brady gonna throw it to? Who they gonna give the ball to? But as long as they got Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, I swear this team can't lose against. I don't think we could beat this team because one time I forgot what year it is. We played against them. We had the chance to win the game, and Tom Brady drove them down the field like 20 seconds. I'm just like, yo, this is crazy. And I think our defense is not that strong enough to stop someone like Tom Brady who can pick apart a defense like he's eating pie. Like, it's just ridiculous. But I'm gonna take an L on this one. I'm gonna take the first L. I don't know how you feel. You're gonna let the people know.
Before I get going, I want to give a shout out to the bandwagoner. Mr. KidSmoove. You know, he is part of WeGameHere.com, but his ass is on that New England Patriots bandwagon. So I'm gonna say this, KidSmoove, take up my challenge. If the Cowboys win this game, I want you to devote a video to me and King Dre on the greatness of the Dallas Cowboys. And New England's win, I will make a video about the bullshit greatness of the New England Patriots. And with that being said, the homer that I am, we are 5-0, baby. 5-0. I believe that we're finally going to see a trend of teams of great quarterbacks finally come to an end. I said it before. I said it in an earlier episode. I think this is the end of Peyton Manning. Mm-hmm. And I think we're going to finally see a decline, not the end of a decline in Tom Brady, which means he needs a better supporting cast, which he does not have because he carries that team on his back. So with a declining Tom Brady, we will go into the bye week 5-0, baby.
Ooh, the way you sound, you sound like we either going undefeated or we going 15-1. You know, I mean, I'll hope for the best. So, but you know, I don't know, something about New England.
I predicted 13-3, so you know it's a few losses in here, but not to start. We're gonna start off hot, 5-0 going into that bye week, which we talked about.
Man,
that's week 6, so that's I think if we can beat New England and then go into that bye week, because like I said, it's gonna be the first 2 games. It's gonna be some injuries. It's gonna be some beat 'em up. Those are knockout, drag out fights. They're in the division. They're gonna be tough. We're gonna have some injuries. So I think if we beat New England and go into that bye week in week 6, it'll be right on time.
Cool. So October 18th is our bye week. That is week 6. Next after that is week 7 against the New York Giants, October 25th, 4:25 p.m. What's your take on this?
That's my L, man. That is my L. It's in New York. I think the Giants are going to want to get revenge after we kicked their ass in week 1. Mm-hmm. I think they're going to come to play up there. Them boys, like I said, the Giants are no slack. I think those boys are going to be ready to play. I think we might feel ourselves after we beat New England going to the bye week. I think we're going to be smelling ourselves a little bit. Mm-hmm. And I think a good ass whooping from the New York Giants on week 7 will bring us back down to earth. I think a loss here wouldn't necessarily be a bad loss because it would kind of refocus the team. If we all 5-0 like I predict, I think a loss here, if we're smelling ourselves, is a good loss because it will refocus the team.
True. Because like I said earlier, I do believe we're probably not going to be as lucky as last year, and going like 8-0 on the road. But I think we're gonna lose at least 2 games to the division. I give it to the Giants and I give it to the Eagles. So and we played them earlier in the season, so I feel like this is going to be a L as well. It's just, I don't know, it's just something like, it just seems too good to be having damn near 6-0 or 6-0 season, and it's just like, all we did was basically add Greg Hardy. We lost a lot of key defensive players. So, but
at the same time, we got Sean Lee coming back, which is, we didn't have him last year. So, I mean, to me, I look at that as an addition, getting Sean Lee back. I think DeMarcus Lawrence not being a rookie is an addition. And I think our first 2 draft picks are going to they can possibly be starters or key contributors, I mean, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Sean Lee, I can't count him for 16 games. Sean Lee, to me, is going to probably give us 10 games. We might have some freak injury into somebody's helmet, and he has to sit out a game or something.
With them going to the weak side, it's going to be less on his body. I mean, he's not playing the middle no more. That's McClain. McClain is a way bigger type linebacker who's built You know, even though he's had some injuries, you know, before, McClain can play through his injuries, unlike Sean Lee. McClain is built for the middle linebacker. You don't ever see Bruce Carter getting hurt that much playing a weak side. You know, I think weak side for Sean Lee, he can free roam a little bit more, and I think it's better suited for his fragile body, which you know, at this point, as great as I think he can be, I mean, he's fragile.
Sean Lee is always around the ball, though. It's always around the ball. So he's. I don't want to jinx him. Hopefully, we get him for 16 games. Next game is in Dallas. It's against the Seattle Seahawks, November 1st at 4:25. This is first look. Well, again, we played them last year, but it was in Seattle. We went up there and beat them in Seattle, which nobody thought we could. And this year, I think we're gonna beat them at home. They lost. Was it Chancellor? Or
yeah, they lost Chancellor. No. They lost Byron Maxwell to Philly. Yep. And damn, they lose anybody else? Well, they got rid of Harvin, which is during the season. I don't think they really lost anyone else. I think they're coming back pretty much intact except for Byron Maxwell.
But they added Jimmy Graham.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
So
that's dangerous.
Yeah, that's yeah. So I still think we pull out the W. Even though they got the beast mode still there, Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson is
overrated.
Overrated. Wow. I mean, he's a dual threat.
I mean, take away the fact that they had one of the greatest defenses of all time during that season. If it was an average defense, does Russell Wilson lead them to a Super Bowl with an average defense? Hell no.
No.
Hell no, because he can't. He gonna throw for 200 yards, and he might break one long run in the game. And everybody, he's the greatest quarterback of all time. No, fuck no. He had a great defense, which it pressured the other team's offense. With that defense, they was pressured into stupid mistakes. The defense put them in short fields all the fucking time. They always have a short field because of their defense. Russell Wilson, I'm not saying he's not a good quarterback. He is just overrated.
Right. I guess you put any quarterback that at least having success on the offense with that type of defense, you know, we get that type of hype. But yeah, I think we're still gonna win.
Same here, man. That's a W. Using the same formula as last year. I think they're well, maybe, because if they look at if we try to beat them like last year, run the football, they're going to stack the box. And with that case, Richard Sherman, which we all know has a big mouth and talks shit about receivers, when it came to Dez, what did he do? Fist bump, handshake. He know Dez can beat his ass all over that field. So if they do try to stuff the box, thinking we're going to beat them like last year, that play action will be deadly in this game. And I don't care who you got back there, Richard Sherman, what's his name from Texas, Earl Thomas, I don't give a damn who back there. You're not covering Dez Bryant one-on-one with anybody. So if you put 8 in that box, that play action will be deadly, and we win this game. We bounce back from that loss, in my mind, to the New York Giants, headed on to Week 9.
Cool. Week 9 is November 8th versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Sunday night, 8:30 p.m. Like I said, I have to at least take a loss here because I feel like we're gonna lose 2 in the division, and I think it's gonna be later on. It's not gonna be early. So, not hopefully, but I think Philadelphia by then will probably have everything situated. Whether Sam Bradford is there or not, I think whoever the quarterback is will be there. I think Murray would understand because he is very smart. So I think he would understand and know by now where or what his offensive line would be capable of doing. I think who is that? They got a wide receiver. No, Deshaun Jackson. He's gonna be huge in this game, but I think
Deshaun Jackson. No, man, that's Washington.
Yeah, I'm talking about.
Ain't nobody left. They got the guy they drafted, Matthews.
Matthews. What's Kate? Is it Kate? No, not Casey.
They got Matthews, and they got the guy that was calling everybody the N word and during a country game, country western. What's his name?
I don't forgot his name.
Riley Cooper, and Matthews are they starting receivers.
Yeah, I meant Matthews because Matthews was doing good last season.
Yeah,
he was doing good. So, yeah, I got to take the L on this one just because I feel like we're gonna get 2 division losses. So these could also switch for me. So whether it's early we get the loss, if we get the loss early, I think we're gonna get the win later. But I just feel like we're gonna lose 2, and that's gonna be to the Giants and the Eagles.
Not me. Hell no. We win this game. We bring DeMarco Murray, bring that ass here, boy, because I'm pretty sure week 9 your ass might be on IR. We win this game. Hell no, I ain't losing no game. We ain't losing no Philadelphia. Not at home. Now DeMarco Murray being there, we gonna boo his ass. And plus, I mean that's my birthday, November 8th. That's my birthday, you know. So ain't no way in hell the Cowboys gonna lose to the Eagles on my birthday.
So week 10, I think we can combine week 10 and week 11 because week 10 is the Tampa Bay Bucks at 1 p.m. on November 15th, and then week 11 is Miami Dolphins November 22nd at 1 p.m. I don't feel like we're losing to those teams.
I'm sorry, bro. We losing to Miami.
We're losing to Miami?
Their defensive line was if one of the best, if not the best, last year. Put in Ndamukong Suh, and they can neutralize our offensive line. We lose that game.
No.
Without our offensive line, we are nothing. Our team starts with our offensive line, and they can completely neutralize our offensive line. We beat Tampa Bay, which is probably going to have a rookie quarterback, and Jameis Winston, who might be Jamarcus Russell 2.0. Mm-hmm. But we will lose to Miami in my eyes. That's our second loss because I think we're not going to be able to run the ball against that defensive front.
No,
that's just me.
I don't see it. I don't care who they got. Cameron Wake, Sue. I mean, you saw what the Lions when Sue was on the Lions. I think the Lions' defensive line was bigger and stronger than. Well, I guess Miami's a little bit quicker, but I see them as like the same. And we kind of handedly we was moving the ball against Detroit. It was just it's just little things that we would. I think we fumbled. I think Murray fumbled, but I don't think we lose. I don't think Ryan Tannehill is there yet to take on a Cowboys team. Yeah, I don't see it. I mean, if we do take the L, I'm gonna be disappointed, but I don't see it, man. I don't see it. I'm still trying to think about it. Where's the L?
This Miami game was my toughest when I saw it because, like I said, I did predict 13-3, and I even said it earlier, but going over this Miami, the much more I think about it, the more I think about 12-4, and I hate that. Like I said, I'm hoping, like you said, we should be able to beat them, but it's going to be tough with their defensive front because there's another L I thought about later on, but then I kept looking at that Miami game. I was like, I see that as a loss. So I hope not, but it's going to be tough, man. Week 12 won't be as tough.
Yeah, I'm seeing a 12-4, a fluke 11-5, but I'm seeing 12-4 as well. But Thanksgiving game is the Carolina Panthers, November 26th at 4:30. So we got the second game of, I think it should be a triple header. What do you think with the Greg Hardy, whether the appeal goes through or not, will be back for that game, and he returns, quote unquote, home. And I think he's going to have a monster game. I think he's going to play his heart out against his team. It's going to be in Dallas, and I think we get the W on that.
Yeah, week 12 is definitely a W. Much respect to Cam Newton. I think he's a really good quarterback. He's grown a lot. He's kind of matured a little bit. I don't know who Carolina's going to throw it to. I don't know who's going to run it. I know they lost Williams. They still got they got Benjamin. I forgot about him. I just don't see Carolina defensively being able to cover our receivers. I see this is a week where I think Cole Beasley will eat them alive underneath.
Yep.
This is definitely going to be a win moving on to week 13.
Sweet. Washington Redskins. First game is going to be in Washington Monday night. Wow, that's our first Monday night game. 8:30 p.m. What do you think?
Under the bright lights in Washington, in the nation's capital, we are gonna beat that ass to the curb on Monday night. To me, there's no chance we lose to Washington. We're not gonna have a collapse like last season and lose to the sorry ass Redskins. That is a W if I've ever seen one.
Yep, I agree. I think we're gonna win against Washington. I don't, but maybe Colt McCoy might be already starting, and for some reason he had our number last year.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so he came out hot in Dallas too. So what? I think we win that game. Next game, Green Bay Packers.
Payback.
Oh, you feel like it's pay? All right. Green Bay Packers Sunday, 4:25 p.m. in Lambeau Field. You feel like go ahead. You explain.
Bro, that's what I'm gonna tell you. Because we're gonna get Greg Hardy back around week 8 for Seattle. Right. The only reason we did not beat Green Bay last year, yes, I know Aaron Rodgers was injured, but we had no pressure on him. Even if he wasn't injured, he would have still sat back there, no pressure at all.
Right.
We're gonna have Greg Hardy. We're gonna have DeMarcus Lawrence, who by this time will be in the zone. Okay, all we needed last year was just a slight amount of pressure on Aaron Rodgers, and we would have kicked their ass last year in the playoffs. Okay, they cannot cover us or cover our receivers. Hopefully, we don't have a fumbling ass running back because DeMarco Murray fumbled that ball against them. Dez Bryant is going to be the beast that he is and give it to Green Bay because they know he got fucked last year because that was a catch. Shout out to Cowboys Chuck for the Dez Carter shirts. It was a catch, and we will get pressure on Aaron Rodgers this year. You will see DeMarcus Lawrence. You will see Greg Hardy coming out that edge relentlessly in Green Bay, and this is payback. I think the boys, because they got a sour taste in their mouth, a sour taste. And last thing you want to do is get a rabid dog and piss them off because Green Bay, they pissed. Though it's not their fault, we're still pissed at them because every team we lost to, it cost us, to me, a trip to Seattle, which we would have beat their ass again and won us another goddamn Super Bowl. Yep. So this is the payback game, and we give it to them. It won't be easy. It's going to be a drag-down fight because they do have one of the best running backs in the league, Eddie Lacy. It's a big boy coming at you downhill at 100 miles an hour. It's a big boy, hard to tackle. He might guzzle a bit, but as far as getting to the quarterback, we will get a few sacks and we will win this game. This is the payback bowl for me.
To me, this game is a toss-up game. If we had them earlier in the season, I would have pegged them as the Cowboys winning. But being in Green Bay again, cold as hell. Aaron Rodgers more than likely or probably will be healthy. We barely got any pressure, and he basically, even though we had some key mistakes, he basically beat us on one leg. And it's just, it's just one of these teams. It's just like Green Bay and New England. To me, are just one of those two teams that I feel that we need to beat in order for me to say we can beat them again. Because, last season, that Seattle was that team for me. When we lost in Seattle the previous time when we forgot. I think it was like the 2 years before that. But Seattle to me was like I was already saying we're gonna lose that game against Seattle, and is now when we beat Seattle, now I feel like I'm confident, and then we beat them in Seattle at that. I feel like we're even more confident to beat a team like Seattle. So until we beat New England, then I'm confident enough to say yes, we'll win that game. And then until we beat Green Bay, then I'll be like, yes, we'll beat Green Bay in December. So, it's just a lot of deciding factors. To me, it's a toss-up game. If we do lose, I don't think it's going to be by a blowout. I think, like you said, we'll have Greg Hardy. We'll have DeMarcus Lawrence. He'll be probably running amok, running around like nobody's business back there. So it's a toss-up game for me. I'm going to go with the L. Until we beat them, then I will be confident enough to say, yes, we'll win a game against them in December in Lambeau against Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, but if we beat New England in Week 5, you think we can beat? Do you believe we'll beat Green? Because I think we're gonna beat New England and Green Bay. But you're skeptic on both of those teams. So do you think if you see us handily beat New England, we have more confidence against another elite quarterback in Green Bay?
Well, given that it's just like it's. Well, if we handily beat New England, then yeah, I could say yeah we can beat any team, because to me New England is like one of those top teams, like
Creme de la creme.
Yeah, like you can't, like you'll feel bad. You're not most likely a New England fan, but you'll be like you'll respect them to win every they can beat any team you put in front of them. That's how I feel. So, but it's in Lambeau. It's December. It's very cold. That's their turf. They got the, it's just like
frozen tundra.
Yeah, it's just like they got the mojo. It's just like everything is just in place for them to win that game. Even with the catch, it just seemed like everything is just in place for Green Bay to win a cold, at home type atmosphere game for them. It's just all lines perfectly for them to win. But so yeah, it's a toss up. Until we beat Green Bay in Green Bay, then we play them next year. You already know you can count that as a W for me next year. But that's gonna be my last loss for the rest of this schedule. So you said you said 3?
12. I was back and forth between 12-4 and 13-3. My other loss, because next week, week 15, that's a Saturday game.
Yep.
It's a night game against the Jets. I think we both in agreement agree there. That is a W. I mean, who fears Geno Smith? He might have Marcus Mariota. There's a lot of teams on here. Definitely have Marcus Mariota.
Right.
Which, by the way, guys, make sure you tune in for that draft episode. But I don't care who they have. The Jets aren't beating us in week 15. Move on to week. Goddamn, come on, fame. Week 16 is my other loss. I think in Buffalo. Buffalo is my Cinderella team this year. I think they're going to come out of nowhere. I think Rex Ryan is building a team up there with Shady McCoy. If they can somehow get a quarterback or get EJ Manuel to play up to his potential, I think Buffalo will be a threat. We all know Rex Ryan is great with defense. He got Mary Williams up there, so he will get pressure on the quarterback with that defense. They didn't have a bad defense last year. They had a really solid defense. So add a defensive guru to that. And then you got Shady McCoy, and then you got what's the receiver they drafted? Really fast guy.
He came up big for them. And
what I can't remember his name, but he's a speedster. He's fast, man. He has hands. I think with the cold, I know people say, well, you say it's better than Green Bay, and Green Bay is cold. I think Buffalo. Like I said, my third loss is a toss up, man, between Miami and Buffalo. I give it to Buffalo because it's in that weather end of the season.
They're no
I think Buffalo is playing spoiler, and they're going to come out hard against us, man. And I think Buffalo takes Week 16.
That receiver you took on my Sammy Watkins.
There we go, Sammy Watkins.
Yeah,
but that was fast, man.
He's fast, but Buffalo is no Green Bay to me.
No, they're not Green Bay. I just think Rex Ryan brings a demeanor and a swagger about him that if you're playing spoiler, the Buffalo Bills are turning into the bad guys. Shady McCoy can say some off the top stuff. You got Rex Ryan, you got Mario Williams that can say some off the top stuff. I think the Bills are turning into they're trying to mold themselves into a bad boy type of feel to their team. They're not the same old Bills with Jim Kelly and friendly. These I think Rex Ryan's going to change the mold of this team, and I think they're going to be playing spoiler. And what bigger splash can you make as a spoiler than to beat the Dallas Cowboys as they make a run in the playoffs?
Understandable. But by that time, hopefully, if we're, for me, 12-4, or not 12-4, if we're 11-4 by then, and for you, if we're 13-2 or 12-2 by then,
12-2.
I don't think we'll be playing those two games with, I think we'll be resting players by then. If our record is showing that, I don't see Philly winning 10 games. I don't see the Giants winning either 10 or 11 games. So if we're that high in our record is that high, I don't think we can get a loss. I think if we do get a loss, it's because we're not playing starters for the last two games and just either playing them a little bit.
But they think at this point you're playing for first place, not in the division, but in the conference.
Right. Well, yeah. That'll play a factor into the top teams. In NFC North is Green Bay. I think. And then you got the South, and then you got the West. Seattle.
I'm right about the South. The South is,
It'll be more between we playing the Seahawks and against Green Bay. Some team up there, but I don't know. If we aren't playing for first place, if we already have the first place locked up by then, I think our starters be rested, and I think we'll probably take the L only for that reason. I don't see us if we're playing full starters, full game. I don't see us losing with who's back there, Shady McCoy or not, Rex Ryan on the sideline or not. I don't see it. I don't see the L in that for me.
And then week 17, Sunday, January 3rd at 12, another noon game. To me, that is the Brandon Weeden Bowl. I think by that time Washington has given up, and I think Brandon Weeden is going to lead us to victory. I don't think he'll start. Hopefully, if we have first place wrapped up, like I think we will, hopefully Brandon Weeden will start. If not, he'll come in the second half, and this will be the Brandon Weeden Bowl, and hopefully his last game is the Dallas Cowboy, because I do not like Brandon Weeden. He's horrible. He's horrible, man. Horrible.
When he came in for one game, first off, I agree. I think we're gonna that game to me is a throwaway game for me. So I think we'll be if we're not playing the last game for a number one seed for a bye week in the playoffs, then that game throwaway game. But Brandon Weeden, the first game that I seen him play, he came out on fire, and then Tony Romo, I think it was the next year, something. It was probably the same year. Tony Romo gets hurt, injured, And Brandon Weeden comes in, and Des Bryant has 0 catches. He probably got 1 catch, but it wasn't more than 1 catch the whole game. Like, that's unacceptable. And we had to put Tony Romo on a long-ass flight to London to play just because we didn't want to play Brandon Weeden and we needed a win early in the season. So, I mean, I agree with you. Brandon Weeden, I don't know what happened. Hopefully he shows us something in the preseason that throw the ball to Dez, man. You can't have Dez going 0 catches or 1
man.
catch.
Unacceptable.
It's crazy. Can't have that, and that type of O-line. And nobody was hurt on the O-line. You had everybody but Romo, you know, and you gave us an L. Like, it was crazy.
Unacceptable, man. Yeah, I mean, that's the schedule, you guys. We definitely want you guys to go in the comment section down below and let us know what you guys have, what games you guys disagree with me and King Dre. What games you agree with, what games you disagree with, what is your prediction, what is your what do you guys think? Just like last week, I want to give a big shout out to at Squeeze Me Please for checking out our last podcast, man. We really we definitely appreciate that. The more love we can get, the better. But anything you want to get to, King Dre, before we bounce up out of here?
Nope, man. I think this is a great episode. We broke down the whole schedule and, our opinions to each game. So, yeah, like Fame said, definitely shout outs to Cowboy Chuck and shout out to Squeeze Me Please. 2 big respected Cowboys fans on Twitter. Make sure you follow them as well. But yeah, that's it for me, man. So we out of here?
Yeah, man. Really quick, like if you guys do go follow those 2, let them know that you guys were sent from On Air with Cowboy Nation. Let them know where the love is coming from. And make sure you guys do not forget, please, if you have not already, go subscribe to King Dre channel. Hearing of On Air with Cowboy Nation will be on air. It will be live. We will be covering the NFL draft. We're only a few days away. We're going to have complete coverage. We're going to break down every single pick, give our thoughts and opinions because we are real Cowboy fans. And don't forget to check out the website, the official WeGameHere.com. For King Dre, I am Fame Entertainment, and we out.
1